Hitman Freelancer is EO Interactive's latest and greatest expansion of content to the newly remastered Hitman World of Assassination trilogy and is the best Hitman experience on any platform. Hitman Freelancer adds less new content than the jump from Hitman 2 to Hitman 3, but what it does do is remix and remaster all the levels from each version of the assassination world and wrap them in a wicked, customizable bow. The biggest difference players will notice when entering Hitman Freelancer is the difficulty level. The freelance work is difficult, much more difficult than the original jobs I did and more difficult than most of the contracts available. The closest comparisons are the killer upgrade targets, but even those were chosen based on their affordability. The objectives in Hitman Freelancer are completely random, often forcing players to be very creative in order to set them apart from the crowd. Hitman Freelancer's randomness is both a blessing and a curse. Depending on the RNG system and luck, players can start right next to the target or on the opposite side of the map. Each level of Hitman has several starting locations, some of which are great for starting a new slow, methodical run, while others force the player to move quickly, placing them in enemy territory. Colorado is definitely the worst level, and completing the high-level Syndicate challenge in Colorado is probably one of the hardest challenges Hitman has for players. These missions are even more stressful because any failure will result in the permanent loss of all the items that Agent 47 carries, bought and acquired in previous missions that the player can rely on. With one of Hitman's suppressed sniper rifles or suppressed pistols, Freelancer can make harder levels and higher level missions a lot easier, but they can be rare due to random drops. Since a single death can result in the loss of hard-earned rewards, it can be difficult to determine whether the current mission is worth risking 47's ultimate weapon of oppression. Carrying a concealed carry shotgun can make it easier to hit extra spending goals and make more money, but what if that shotgun is lost forever? To be clear, this is a great system. Hitman Freelancer injects a much-needed sense of urgency into the core Hitman gameplay cycle, which was previously only available by playing temporary elusive targets. Now that every Hitman token is an elusive target, players are even more worried that each new release will deplete the inventory. Even the toughest moments created by the game's RNG can force players to make adjustments and smart strategies, and Agent 47 can avoid a lot of stress by simply leaving their best gear at home. Sometimes it's actually best to avoid the silent killer of loud, explosive violence. Payout objectives are optional tasks like take out 3 guards with a shotgun or take down a leader with an explosion that reward the player with mercenaries, a fictitious currency used to buy from vendors scattered throughout each level. Buy weapons and items. Mercenaries are great for increasing your arsenal to 47, and while half of them are also lost on death, the penalty isn't as devastating as permanently losing a weapon. Much of Hitman Freelance is as polished as the rest of the series, but there are some visual glitches that seem to be limited to Agent 47's secure division. The most annoying bug is at the top. The bright lights in the safe house's action area occasionally come on and blink as the camera moves around the room. Over 30 hours of Hitman Freelancer, no other issues were encountered, while the rest of Agent 47 performed as expected. The safe house and surrounding area is the most productive new area included in Hitman Freelance, both impressive and often surprising. Each new area unlocked adds 47 new items that can be taken on missions, not considered official gear that disappears on death. Players don't need to customize the mercs to buy the right fiber cable, just pick up a stethoscope from the 47 Operations Center. Instead of hoping for loot or finding a deadly poison, players who unlock Agent 47's cockpit and don't mind a quick mushroom hunt can make their own poison. Hitman Freelancer seems designed specifically for players who want more of an RPG experience from the main Hitman game. Not RPG in the sense of buffing stats and leveling up, but RPG in the literal sense of being a professional assassin. Players can choose what Agent 47's living room looks like, how he spends his free time, and what car or bow he likes to drive. Some of the more difficult decisions in Hitman Freelance were less how do I eliminate this target, and more which of